Garden office or adding an office onto your home. In light of COVID and certainly a lot more people working from home, they're choosing to sort of build their own properties rather than having a traditional office space in such as the one we're in now. Lots of ways to do this. You can either just buy it and then own it as part of the property that you have for yourself, or you could consider putting this through as a total company expense. You've got to tread a fine line here. So let's look at what this could look like. I don't know, a decent garden office is probably going to cost you £20,000. Within that £20,000, you'll probably find you'll have the footings, you'll have the unit and the structure itself, and then the hard wiring of all the other bits and pieces to make it connected. The connected parts of normal day-to-day expenses. So if you then have the fibre, the tech and the IT, they're all expenses that can definitely go through. You don't have any concerns there because they're core expenses. And the term the revenue used is wholly and exclusively for the benefit of the business. And that's where you then have to consider what that means. Is that an issue? So the £20,000 home office that you've now got, it becomes an asset of the company if you're saying it's wholly for the purpose of the business, which is fine. You get to write off £20,000 worth of capital expenditure in the company. Very good. However, if HMRC ever came and challenged that, they could say to you, you now have an asset sat in your back garden or a room at the back of the house that you bought using company money that is now adding value to your property. Now, if that did happen and HMRC disagree with you, they can do one of three things. Seek to take that £20,000 back out of your accounts, and you have to pay corporate tax on it because it's profit. Or you could then have an issue, probably the worst issue, that you've got part and part residential, part commercial, and then they would seek to charge you business rates on a proportion of your residential property. Nightmare selling, don't want that. Or probably even beyond that, worse one is capital gains tax. If they think it's adding massive value to the company, not to your company, sorry, to the individual property you have, you'll pay CGT on an additional value of your property that's increased. So that £20,000, if it's adding a room on, we all know that a room anywhere in the southeast here could probably add £100,000 on, 200, 300, 400 eventually, and all of a sudden you've got to pay 28% tax on the gain for adding a unit into the property. That's garden office or adding an extension to your property. Be careful, claim the core costs of adding value and getting things in there with the infrastructure, but be very mindful of what you put through as a capital expense.